guys, I am Vampira.
And today we will be revisiting the past with the K drama Bad Boy, which was released in 2010. And you can find it on YouTube.
Yeah, we thought from the last episodes we've been watching currently dramas. So this is like a surprise twist. We will be often visit or revisit the shows that we have watched or maybe we want to watch. So you also guys can recommend us old shows, old K dramas, because they are a league of their own. So, in this podcast, we will be explaining Bad Guy. We both have watched this show. We have watched the show halfly. So, we're going to do the half review, spoiler review of this show in this episode.
So basically, this is a melodrama.
Melodrama with little bit thrills, chip thrills. Yeah.
Yeah. So the male protagonist is Kim Namgil, and he played the role of Shim Gun Wook.
Yes.
And the
Let's
female,
call him Gunwook.
yeah, Gunwook, Gunwook.
Yeah. Yeah.
The cast also comprises of Kim Jae Wook, Han Ga In, Jung So Min, Oh Yoon Soo, and senior actors like Kim Hae Yuk and Jeon Guk Wan.
All the actors in this show, you must have seen all of them in present show as well.
Yes.
Synopsis of this show will goes like this. A man want to take a revenge from a big rich family. It is a revenge saga.
It's like a one one man is against an entire rich family.
Yeah.
He wants to avenge his childhood trauma. He lost his childhood. He lost his parents to them, and their sheer neglect
Yeah.
of a human being. If you see the show, you will, there are certain times you will think if whatever he is doing, the male protagonist is doing, is justifiable.
Yes.
Because so there are certain questionable things that we won't be able to digest it.
So story goes like this. When Ganmukh was a child, he had a parents. I think his father was a father had a hearing disability.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, and speech impediment as well.
Yes.
But the family was very loving. They were poor, but it was a very healthy environment.
Yeah.
Then one fine morning, his parents told him that he is actually an heir to a rich family. So the rich family people came to take him back, but he couldn't adjust their well. So the rich parents told him, if you behave properly or call the patriarchal of the family papa, as in appa, then your real parents can come and get you.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So he tried to adjust it in a hope that his parents will come and pick him up. But he adjusted very well in that family.
Yeah.
I think there is some birthday celebration going on.
Yes.
The parents come to know that the kid, as in Gunwook, as in their kid's name is Taesong. Taesong is name given to him.
Hong Taesong.
Hong
Hong
Taesong.
Taesong.
Hong Taesong. They come to know that this kid is not theirs. It is a switch happen. So
Yeah.
their actually biological kid of the patriarch of the family is in other country, and they picked him wrongly, and they have DNA test as well.
Yeah, they did a paternity test.
Yeah. So okay, this is a very disturbing thing they do. They literally push that kid away out of the house, like literally kicked 8-year-old out of the house in a rainy night.
Yes, yes.
And they didn't even they're rich. They could have,
Dropped him to his
dropped him
own
to
parents.
his
Yeah,
old
that's
house.
what
Yeah.
exactly I was thinking. Why didn't they send him off to his parents instead of throwing him away?
So they do that, and they go to pick that kid. And this little guy, he just,
Sitting outside
and
the house.
sitting outside getting drenched in the heavy rain. And there is this just one guy, as in, I think he's a bodyguard of that old patriarch
Old
of the
man.
family. Yeah. So he's looking after this kid, but that also not very parental way. It is like a duty. And then they bring that kid as well. And then they see him drenching in the rain. And they even say to him, didn't you drop him off or call his parent? They say to him, na?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They said.
Yeah. So that thing happens.
The bodyguard said that his parents are coming to pick him up.
Yeah. And I think he and that guy get into scuffle as he says, no, no, take me inside of I am Taesung, because he get very doctorate into it, no, doctorate into it.
Yes, yes.
Like you're Taesung, say I'm Papa. So he keeps saying that when they are taking that other kid inside of the
Yeah, yeah.
house. Appa, I'm Taesung, I'm Taesung. But the bodyguard guy push him
Yeah.
and he fall into a cupboard,
Yeah. He falls into
a
the
broken
wardrobe,
cupboard. Yeah,
and the glass leaves a scar on his
yeah.
back.
And then he also have a one dog with him.
Yeah.
So that guy want to take him to his parents or I don't know some place. He runs away from that guy, and then his dog also died in that whole night. So in
Yeah.
that one night, that kid's life
And his
changed.
parents also died while trying to pick him up. They met
Yeah.
with an accident.
So it is like a worst day for that kid.
Yeah.
And then we get into present timeline where that guy is grown up and now using name Gunbook.
Yeah.
He's a stunt man. I don't know what is his other jobs are, because we see him doing odd jobs all the
All throughout
this,
the series.
yeah, he's a stuntman by the day and the Rizzler by the night. Seriously,
Exactly.
he the aura farming of Kimnamgil which has done in this show. All the girls are like crazy for him. Like he had a something hypnotic aura. The show starts with a woman unaliving herself.
Yes.
Yeah. And we can see that she is talking with someone and she knows that person.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And with the cops come and the investigation starts, and we get to know that this girl, her name is Sun Yong, and she did this thing, tragic thing. And how did they get to know? Sorry, I'm kind of confused. Like that she is dating Taisong. She
Yeah,
has
yeah. They
she has
find.
a she has that crane, na origami crane
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
with which had Taisong's pic.
Yes.
Yeah,
And it had blood on it,
yeah,
and they figured out that it was him.
yeah. She kept that crane in her hand and she did that thing. So they cleared the photograph. They see the photo, right?
Yeah.
Taisong's. Yeah. And they get to know that she was dating a guy named Taisong. And of course, as a if a person does this tragic step, so they investigate the person that they have most doubt on, who could
Yeah.
cause
He was a
this
suspect.
must, yeah, he was a
They did,
suspect.
take Tesang for interrogation for
But he was not in but they get to know that he was not in the country in that time frame.
Yeah. He was with some other lady,
Yeah,
and the thing was that they got into an argument.
yeah. So we actually Tyson get in this storyline after in second episode. The
Yeah.
first episode is all about Gunwook's shenanigans.
Yeah.
So Gunwook work as a stunt man, and we see that okay, that whole actress storyline. Now I didn't understand like what was the point of that story part, the actress's storyline.
What part?
I mean that actress in first episode. Do you remember the actress part? She and her assistant, the
Yeah, yeah.
assistant had a grudge with the actress, then the actress had an affair with the guy, Monet, Mr.
Yeah,
who
yeah,
was
yeah.
Monet's fiance.
Yeah, yeah. She didn't have a grudge with the actor. I mean with Kim Namgil's character Gunwook. She didn't have a grudge. She was attracted to him.
So
She was attracted to his physique.
the bottom line
She
of
tried to
yeah,
seduce him.
yeah,
But at the same time, she was also double timing Mr.
yeah. So
Who was Monet's fiance.
yeah, so see the bottom line of this first two episodes is Gunwook want to get into the Haitian group, which is that a rich family, which Taesong is heir of. So how will he enter into that family? By seducing the youngest daughter of that group, Monet. And Monet's fiance is Mr. With whom that actress had an affair.
Affair.
Huh. Same actress where who working in the movie where Gunwook is a stuntman.
Sentiment.
So it is all related.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we see that Monet and Gunwook meet. by accident, I think, which he had constructed himself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's doing a stunt for a movie, and then he dropped into their private yacht
Yeah,
where Monet with her sister Tara and Tara's daughter Soda.
yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
it's Soda, and they are having a picnic, and he entered into that yacht, and his crew came up with him, and they like, oh, you get into wrong yacht, you have to drop on the other yacht.
yeah.
But I think it was his trick. Yeah,
Definitely it was.
he,
It was
it,
all calculated and planned.
yeah, yeah, he wanted to have a very dashing appearance toward Monet,
Yeah.
and
Because she
he,
was just 20 years old and it was kind
yeah,
of grooming.
yeah, and he saved Monet's name in his cell phone as security rope.
Okay.
That was, I was getting the translation of. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know
yeah.
what was the word in
Security.
Korean. Yeah. So he is using Monet as a rope, as a climbing rope to take down the Haitian group. So initially, of course, Monet as a 20-year-old get booed by Gunwook.
The dashing
I-
gun work.
Yeah. But her sister Tara, she get rattled by him, by Gunwook. And as a woman, we can see that rattled is not done by annoyance. It was done by his, she is also getting wooed by his charm.
Yeah.
But she didn't want to accept that. That's why she
But
is
there
doing,
was one particular scene in the first episode before, in the terrace scene. Have you
yeah.
seen
Huh.
that he just
Yeah, what was that?
I could not
I mean,
believe
what?
how could she let him do it.
Yeah, and the bodyguard was also standing there. No, bodyguard,
Yeah.
no, it was Mr. Na, who was
No,
there.
no, no, Mr. No, not Mr. It was her
It was bodyguard.
security. Yeah, bodyguard.
Front of that bodyguard, that guy, that random guy, just touching that.
Yeah,
So,
he
yeah,
inappropriately touched her.
yeah. I mean, from his point of view, wanted to clean a. There was a hair in what was said. You can't say it, cleavage area, like upper cleavage area, chest area. So Tara had a little bit hair, just wandering off, and Gunwook took that hair. But all of this happening in front of the bodyguard as well, and like some random common man touching a rich, what was the word they use
Yeah,
for rich kids?
rich woman.
Yeah. So
But how could you? She went.
yeah, she, I think, more than Monet, she is more attracted to him.
Yeah,
Yeah. Uh, and we also get a sense that Tara must not have like a good marriage.
yeah,
I think there are some issues in her marriage because whenever her mother asks about her husband and all, she gets very tense.
yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe her husband's family
Hmm.
had taken money from Tara's father before, but they did not repay it. Now they have once again took a huge sum of money from them.
Yes. They actually this show actually a pretty accurate representation of marriage of convenience. I think it happened with Tara as well, and she is
Yeah,
not happy in it. And
yeah,
it was also gonna happen with Monet as well, with that
yes,
Mr.
yes.
But the parents were quite, they must have like some kind of love toward Monet more,
If no, no, no.
because
If you
they,
could see, um, Monet's mother, Mrs. Shim,
yeah,
was trying to trick the daughter by sending her to USA.
yeah,
She did not directly refused Monet.
no, no,
They
no, but
used she tried to instead of directly saying no and facing resistance.
yeah,
I thought it would be better that out of sight is out of mind.
yeah, but when they get to know Mr. Was cheating,
Yes,
they were ready to call off the marriage.
yes, yes.
They didn't let Monet marry him. So
Yeah,
if they're looking for a prophet, na, they would
yeah,
have done that. Like
yeah,
let Monet marry that guy. But they didn't. I know they didn't want Gunwook and Monet together because he is not rich and that
yeah,
and all. But they loved Monet, I think,
yeah.
and must,
Because she was the youngest one.
yeah. And also, I think Madam Sheen didn't know that Tara had problems in her marriage,
Yeah,
because she says to Terana, I want to meet my son-in-law. I
yeah.
haven't met him in
For
like
a
long
long
time.
time.
So yeah. So I think maybe Madam Shin didn't know that Tara had problems in her marriage. Uh, yes. And also, I think Tara is also a very little bit gray character. Because you know that first scene when Moon Jain, uh, came to Jeju Island, yeah, meeting, yeah, and Tara had this look on her face that she didn't like Jane. Yeah, I could sense that. And Jane was very, I was getting very secondhand embarrassment seeing Jane. Like she wanted to be nice to her, overly nice to her. Yeah. But I could sense that Tara didn't like that. Yeah. So there is that. And Madam Sheen also, we get that Madam Sheen is actually a very nice woman, that she treat Jane nicely. But then we get to know that she is not that. Yeah, I mean, see, her hating Tai Song was justifiable because he's a legitimate son of, yeah, of the patriarch of the family. So her hating him was justifiable. But she slaps Jane, yeah, and yeah. So there are some, we get to know that she is also very a gray character. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. And she also says to Tara about Jane that she knows her boundary. She knows her limitations. Yeah. And also, what I like very manipulated was she slaps Jane for slapping Taesong, but she didn't love Taesong as a mother. So it was just to teach Jane that, this whatever it is, yeah. And that was very uh, diabolic. I mean, it's not like she had a motherly feeling toward Taesung. No, she just did it that to you are beneath us. I mean, he must be very what can I say? He must be a legitimate child of this house, but he's still above you. Yeah, yeah, huh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think yes, yes. Hmm, hmm. See, at that point, he wasn't that deep into Moonjain.
followed Moon Jae-in all the way to that Mr. Yu for that glass mask.
Yeah, yeah, he did that, but there was also, see, he want to piss off Miss Sheen, Madam Sheen.
Yeah,
So he wanted that mask as well for that reason. So that's why he chases Mr. Yu and all.
but he
And
at that point as well he was quite interested in Moon Jae-in.
yeah, he was interested, but not level is not have risen, rise
I
on that
get it,
much.
but
He
come
get
on,
he
he
Yeah,
took
he
a
gets
slap.
it. Yeah, I know that was very fucked up situation for that. But see, the priorities change there at that point. That slap surprises him in next thought. He thought it's not like, oh, she slapped the girl I like. No, she slapped because of me.
Yeah.
I'm important to her. So the motherly love had a much more weightage than a crush. Yeah.
Okay.
So, see, Tyson's character was also very interesting because book we see Gunbook as someone is very stoic. We
Yeah.
didn't say his emotion that as well.
Yeah.
In contrast to Tyson, it's very much open book.
Yeah.
We see his emotion. We see him cry. You know that scene where he's on that pavement where the chalk after someone dies, the corpse does
Yeah. Yeah.
the chalk
The
outline of that,
outline. The
and
outline.
that watchman came to clean that thing, and he's like, no, don't do that, and he cries there. And the watchman was also very good guy. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
he gave a shoulder to him, and so he shows a one persona towards people like, I don't care, I am rebel, but inside he cares lot, I think.
Yeah.
He told Gunbook to, get rid of Sanyong's cloth,
Yeah.
but then he goes there, cry front of her ashes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And we see that maybe his affection towards Jain is very mirrored to Sanyong.
Yeah. Yeah. Because he jumped to save Gunwook in the party.
Yeah, and that was very that Jain kind of bitch move. You jump, na? Why are you telling him to jump? Maybe he had a phobia of water. Maybe he can't swim. Maybe he have a heart problem, so he can't breathe under. Telling him to you jump and save him. You jump. I mean, that was very. See, and
I
he
get your
also,
point.
yeah,
But why
and
instead
you
of
see,
asking him or
yeah,
requesting him to jump and save him, why don't you jump instead?
yeah,
Maybe
and
he didn't know how to swim. That's why
as
he
well,
told him
yeah.
to swim.
Yeah, but also we can see that Tai Song is when he sees someone drown, or maybe she says na he will die, and we
Yeah, yeah.
see
So
something.
he thinks of Sun Young that he couldn't
Yeah,
save Sun Young.
save.
At least he can save this person.
Yeah,
That's the sentiment he carries while jumping or diving into the river.
yeah,
I mean sea.
yeah. And we also see that there's a typical man behavior of Tai Song, that he sleeps around with women, but when the cop says to him, "Did Sun Young knows other Thai songs as well?" Quite hinting that maybe Sanyang also had a different love interest except him. He
Yeah,
get very, no, she didn't know anyone beside me. I
yeah,
was the only man she was seeing. And I was like, bitch, you were like sleeping around with other women and you can't fathom the fact that she must have seen someone else too. That was very typical man behavior.
yeah,
Yeah. And then the drug scene. So that, that Japanese druggie.
yeah, yeah,
is-
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. The fake one.
I think Tyson must have haven't done any drug in his life, real life, as a rich boy, because he couldn't differentiate between vitamin tablet and drug. I saw this in some Indian web series as well, where some guys, what do they do? I don't know what, maybe polo, that polo
Yeah,
chocolates.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
They crush polo and they sell it as a drug.
And nobody figures it out.
No, they thought that was real powder and they snorts it.
Oh my god.
So it was very funny. See, Taisong must have taken vitamin tablet as well, because taking vitamin tablet is quite frequent in a rich circle and all.
Yeah, yeah,
We
they get
don't do
shifted.
that, but they have that there. Even models take there as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Vitamin
Collagen
can't.
powder, supplements, all sort of supplements, probiotics, collagen
Yeah.
powders are consumed there.
So can't he differentiate between two? Why I'm not getting high after getting this rich thing? So then we get to know that this Japanese drug peddler sells a fake drug to Tyson, and Tyson get arrested because of that. But then the police clears him of the charges cause they can't find drugs in it because it wasn't drug, it was like a vitamin tablets. And then he sees this peddler in Japan in some places, and he goes to catch him, and the peddler teases him as well that I fooled you and all.
Yeah,
And Tyson get to know that this guy must have some vendetta against me,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and that was very smart as well.
yeah.
Yeah,
You must have had a motive.
yeah. So Taesong is in Japan after, I mean, he was in Korea, but when the Sunyoung's death happened and all, so he came to Japan, and Jane in Japan as well, because she worked for Madam Sheen as a art, maybe
Art
she
collector.
art collector. So she's in Japan as well for a glass mask and Gunwook. So Monet in Gunwook is a quite a thing now from Monet's side mostly. So to get rid of Gunwook, Madam Sheen hires Gunwook as a Tyson's personal assistant, maybe like someone who can run his errands. And she knows that Tysong is very hard to manage. So Gunwook will leave this family for good. But what she didn't know that Gunwook and Tyson get along quite well actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean they both had like their issues. Taesong is not trusting enough Gunwook, and we get to know that all the mishap happening with Taesong in Japan it's constructed by Gunwook.
Gunbook.
Yeah,
But you don't you think that even Gunbook's character, as you see, everything is going as per his plan.
yeah,
Even if Moon Jae-in is there unexpectedly, he knows what is happening, where is she going, everything, the glass mask thing, every other move is calculated and
yeah,
planned by him.
yeah,
No, there are no changes or unexpected twists that he's encountering and he's facing. Oh my god, what to do?
yeah.
Everything is going as per his plan.
Yeah,
It's quite, un- what should I say, unbelievable. And just because it's a fiction drama, it
yeah.
becomes acceptable. Otherwise, everything, every move that is planning is going as per his
Yeah,
plan is
going
quite,
according. Yeah. Oh.
yeah.
So yeah, this
And
is
he's managing it quite fine. I mean, he didn't know Moon Jae would be in Japan or bumping into Hong Tae-sang.
yeah. So as Jane actually was a very surprising factor in Gunwook's plan.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So Gunwook is playing all alone.
yeah,
But Jane, so Jane's past story is that is belonged to a middle class family. She had a boyfriend who belonged to a rich family, but his mother, typical K drama rich mother syndrome, she offers a check, right,
yeah,
to forget my son. Here, this check and all. But then we come to know that the guy wasn't very faithful either.
yeah,
Yeah. He got married to a more rich, like someone who's belong in same category as him, and they get married. So Jane felt very
betrayed.
betrayed, and now she is on this mission that I want to marry some other rich guy, and her target is Hong Tae-seo.
Yeah,
Yeah. So she is on friendly terms with Monet, and she get to know that she had a brother Taisong, and now
who's
Jane,
unmarried.
who is unmarried, and Jane is want to now date Taisong or seduce him. She sees Monet with Gunwook, and she haven't seen Taisong, so she thought Gunwook is
Yes,
Taisong.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Uh, so she tried to being friendly with him and all, and why she goes and cleans his house.
yeah, I also do not understand that.
First of all, she actually orchestrated that move. She
Yeah.
goes and
And
spill
he
coffee.
actually figured it out right away. Like he
Yeah,
knew that she was running.
yeah,
She was waiting for him with a glass of
yeah,
juice, and how she planned it and spill it on him.
yeah. So she spills the coffee on him and she's like, "Oh, I am Jane. I work for your mother. I'm Monet's friend." And actually, he never corrects her. She
Yeah.
calls him Tai Song, but he never corrects her.
Yeah.
Then,
Because he also was looking for some fun.
yeah,
Wanted to see if, let's see what happens.
yeah. So when he is in home, he calls her there and tells her, "Wash my clothes." And see, Jane, how dumb you are. This is a rich guy. Do that house look like a rich guy's home? And then she goes there and she wash the
Cleans his
t-shirt and
entire
Ganvu,
house.
yeah, Ganvu goes out to chill somewhere else. She cleans the shirt which had a coffee stain. Then she cleans the house. She cleans the toilet as well. Like what is it? Don't I mean I haven't cleaned my own house that much. I mean she does that all. And after that she and Ganvu goes for a walk and all the time she thinks he's a Thai song. I mean his cloth is not even that rich boys. Nothing about him screams a rich boy. Then why don't you have a doubt about that? And then she get to know that he's not a Thai song, real Thai song. But
That's where when she gets mad at him.
yeah, but he also asks her like, now that I'm not Thai song, you are seeing me in different light. Like you are going for a guy just by his position in a
Yeah.
yeah. Then she goes to Japan. There she meet real Thai song.
But she fails to recognize him.
Yeah, cause she didn't know he's that Thai song, like son of Haitian family. And he flirts with her and asks to hook up with her. And of course she says no. Her point of view is like, oh, you're Korean, I am Korean, we are in other countries, so that's why I came with you and all that.
And then
Then
he also questions that why are you in such a party? You're definitely looking for a rich man.
yeah, what was that?
Yeah.
I mean, if you see the way she dressed up, it was very professional
Yeah,
dressing
yeah,
thing.
yeah. She didn't
Yeah.
wear anything provocative. She was quite
Yeah.
decent. And did you see that he was walking beside them as a waiter?
Oh
Nobody
yeah,
noticed.
yeah, yeah. No, no,
He
that
got
was
down.
very delicate moment happening.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He
So
watched both of them
yeah,
interacting and
I don't think Taesung was in his senses when he kissed Jane.
yeah,
He thought she was Sunyo. He was projecting that feeling on Jane. Then he jumps into the water to save a man on Jane's insistence. And of course, the man who was drowning is Gunwook. So Gunwook tries to drown Taesong.
yeah,
Yeah, but Taesong, both of them get saved by the people. And now Taesong is not in a very good mind. So there is a phone ringing. He pick up the phone. It is Jane's phone, and there is a Madam Sheen on the other end. And he wanted to hear from Madam Sheen some motherly condolence and all. But she's like, do one thing for this family, like drive Gunwook away.
yeah,
Yeah. And he gets very, you can see that expression as well, that it didn't sit well with him.
yeah,
Yeah. So despite Madam Shim treating him badly, he still want to crave that motherly feelings. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. He's lonely basically.
And then he kisses Jane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we see in next
Till
day.
that point, Gunwook hadn't met Tesang
Yeah.
as his assistant.
Yeah.
The next day,
He goes
yeah, yeah,
there.
yeah,
And
introduces him as his assistant.
Thai that whole montage of he following Thai songs orders and all.
Yeah, yeah,
But then Thai song gave him a real mission
yeah,
that he wants to catch the drug peddler.
yeah,
And we get to know that Gunwook was the one who actually sent the drug peddler to Thai song.
yeah. To get rid of him.
Yeah. To get rid of him,
Yeah.
he wanted to kill Thai
Don't
song.
you remember he asked the peddler that Can you kill a person for me? Also the reason the peddler kept contacting Gunwook.
I don't think he wanted to kill Taisong.
Maybe he just said it casually, but he just asked, "Can will you be able to kill a person for me?"
Yeah, I also saw that, but I don't think it was like he wanted to get rid of Taisong. Maybe some other context was there. So now all three characters have a certain mission. Jain want to go to a Japanese artist to acquire a mask, which will be in exhibition in Korea in Madam Shin's museum, Madam Shin's art museum. And Taisong want to also get to the mask to piece off
Just
his
irritated Mrs. Shim.
yeah. So they both are on this mission, and the artist you see get irritated by both of them, and he left them there.
Yeah.
Now these two are in ice cold place.
Area. But this
They
is, I guess, this is the moment where they bond
banter
with
with
each
each
other.
other and bond with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, as in Taesong gets flashbacks of Sun Yung by looking at Jain.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I
And
think I think Sun Yung was very innocent, and Jain is not.
yeah,
I think
Sunyong
that's the
is very
difference.
pure.
Yeah, and also that flashback scene of he when he takes Sun Yung to the family.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It was very
Uh,
humiliating.
yeah, it was very
He
humiliating.
actually didn't want Sunyong to get hurt later
Yeah,
because he knew his parents, I mean, his family doesn't even respect him.
yeah. So I will respect his Sun Yung,
Yeah,
and Sun Yung, see, he tells her, na, like, you're not built for this family or something like that. You won't survive here. And that was right. Like, Sun Yung was someone who can't play the games.
yeah,
So Jain and Taisong get bonded as well. And then that scene in graveyard,
yeah.
that,
Mr. Ryu with Mr. Ryu, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
this is where we get to know that even Mr. Ryu had a tragic story.
love triangle.
Yeah,
So Mr. Ryu had this glass mask made for his
wife,
lover. Wife? Okay, wife.
lover. Okay, okay, lover.
Yeah. And we see that when Taisong and Jain is
They
stuck
were
in the
abandoned.
snowy area, Gunwook was with Mr. Yu to acquire that mask for Taisong. And he asked Mr. Yu, like, for which face this mask is made for. And Mr. Yu gets surprised. And he says that it was made after my lover. They are at her grave.
Yeah,
And this mask shows her perspective.
yeah,
And then some other man came and put flowers in same grave, and he asked, like, who is that man? And Mr. Yu says that's the man whom she loved.
yeah.
So
And that her eyes
yeah,
displayed love for
him.
that lover.
Yeah, so we are maybe getting kind of metaphor like
Yeah,
upcoming love triangle as well.
yeah,
The Gunbook acquired the mask and gave it to Tai Song. And Jane, end of this episode, Jane came to know that who is the real Tai Song.
yeah,
Yeah. And so she in front of that mask and she didn't take the mask. Because now she wanted to get in favor of Mr. Tai Song.
yeah,
That's why she leave the mask there.
yeah,
Otherwise, she would have taken it to the Madam Sheen.
yeah,
But she goes to Madam Sheen and then that whole scene happened. That Tai Song, he broke that mask. Yeah. So Jane get angry at that and she slapped Tai Song in front of Madam Sheen, and then Madam Sheen slapped Jane. And she said to her, like, you should never forget your boundaries.
yeah,
And that was very humiliating for Jane.
yeah.
Yeah.
And even Gunbook was standing outside.
Yeah.
He comforted her.
Yeah. He kisses her, na?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And Hong Tae-sung watches it.
Yeah.
That's why he asks, "What is your relationship with her?"
With her. And what Luke says?
And he asks Moon Jae that what is, but she clarifies it that he's just a friend.
Yeah. And I had a question like, do you kiss your friend like that randomly?
He, I was wondering why didn't he say?
Yeah, and Paisong buys that as well.
And he was quite happy to hear it.
Yeah, and see who I am complaining about. Like this guy sleeps with around many women, loving one woman as well. So
Maybe he understands it.
yeah, I forgot about that scene. Although you talk about that mother part, his mother, Tai songs.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So okay, so we get to
She
know
was
that
in Japan working as a chef, right?
yeah. So we get to know Taesung had a mother. He was in Japan. He was adopted by a Japanese woman who have like hotel restaurant. But when a Haitian group came to know that the real Taesung is in Japan, they took him from that woman as well. Like how they took
Yeah, yeah,
a
yeah.
gun book from his parents. So when Taesung is in Japan, he goes to the same restaurant. Of course, that woman didn't recognize him, but he does.
Uh, the hotel had a photo of Hong Taesong's childhood and with along with his mother.
Yeah.
Childhood photo with his mother.
And that scene when he's eating that noodles and crying,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, that was very
He couldn't, take it. He choked.
yeah, he went outside and he vomit all that, and Jane came to check on him and he hugs her, and that woman came out of the restaurant to check on them, and he's not in good manner. He tells Jane to just hold me, don't let that woman
And
see
asked
my
whether the
face.
woman has left.
Huh. So we see that this family have done damage to both of the boys.
Yes, actually.
I mean, see, Gunwook had a bad thing happen to him as well, but Taisong is not in some Maryland.
Yeah,
He had every luxury and all, but he's still hungry for that affection.
yeah. He was craving for that love that they couldn't provide.
I think we have covered much more. So we both have watched like 7 or 8 episode of this. So in next episode we will be spoilery recapping the other half of this show. I have some questions for you because I have watched this show before this. So now, as a new viewer, I am asking you, how did you like the acting so far?
The acting was okay, but the story was a little confusing. As you could see, everybody was chasing each other, some affairs, extramarital affairs.
Did you like the chemistry?
I do not understand whose chemistry.
I will go one
Okay.
by one.
So, see,
G-
I didn't like Gunwook and Jane's. I thought Jane and Hong Taesong were okayish
Okay.
mid.
Yeah.
Okay. Then neither did I like Gunwook and Terras. Neither did I like Gunwook and Monets. In general, I didn't see any chemistry there.
Okay.
I didn't like anybody's chemistry anyway.
uh, Acting wise, I will say,
I liked Terra's part.
yeah,
She did well.
Terra's
Even
part.
her mother played very nice. You hate that woman.
Yeah, what I like about it that the main star cast are not doing something overtly.
Yes,
They're doing
yes.
it in very limit. Like even Tara's acting is very
In a
subtle.
very subtle way, yeah.
Yeah. Even Monet also is throwing tantrums, but still can't call it overacting. It is very in
Yeah,
the range and all.
yeah.
Even see Gunwook's character is still very stoic. So I wanted to see more in it.
We wanted to see more emotions,
Yeah, we want to see.
basically.
And
Maybe that's how that character was written.
yeah, because we have seen 2 or 3, what can I say, uh,
Moments.
moments of Thai song where he's like spread out. Like
Yeah, Kim
one,
Jae-wook's acting, I would say, in this was great. Was
no,
fantastic.
let me complete the topic here.
Okay.
The first in front of that where Sanyung's body was, like that chocolate, that scene, the restaurant scene, and then he get drowned and all, and after that with Jane he's shown to be very vulnerable after talking with Madam Shin. So that 3 scene, he's the stakes are gone high.
Yeah.
Now Gunwook must also open up like that.
Okay.
Yeah, let his one plan doesn't go as he planned. I mean, everything is going according his plans. You're
He isn't facing any unexpected turns or twists to his plans.
yeah. So we can't even see fear in his eyes
Yeah.
when things not go according his
He's
plan.
very confident.
Yeah. So that shouldn't happen. Let him lose once. Let him taste of fear once. Because, see, even Glory is also a revenge drama.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there also character feel a certain fear at some moment. They also get a setback. What was the main character's name in Glory? That actress name, what is?
Song Hye Kyo.
Yeah, Song Hye Kyo, when her mother arrives.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she had a setback there. So that is good. Let
Yeah.
Ganvuk also had a setback. So we will see in maybe next part we will get there as well.
Okay.
Okay. So that's it for today, guys.
Yeah.
That was Bad Guy or Bad Boy for you. Okay. It is an old show. So if you want to rewatch it. It is on a YouTube, or just maybe you have watched this show and now you want to get to the discussion of this. You can hear this episode as well.
Who suggests any shows, please write in the comment section.
Yeah, if it is an old show, that would be fine as well.